So hi, hello and welcome, Mr. Kim here. And for those of you who don't know me yet, I am the IB Diploma Coordinator at LISA at Linz International School Auhof. And in this video, I'd like to give you a short introduction into the IB Diploma program and also some advice in choosing IB Diploma courses and all of these things. And what I've done is I've prepared a little presentation here that I'd like to show you and that I'd like to go through with you. And the first slide here shows all of the IB Diploma schools worldwide. Look at this. You see all of those bubbles here with the numbers. So, and there are a total of 3,544 IB Diploma schools, worldwide, at least right now in 2021. But the IB Diploma program and the organization is growing and growing and growing. So in a few years, there are probably going to be many more. Well, this shows that the IB Diploma is a very popular program. And as a matter of fact, it is the only international program that exists for school, basically international program for people who want to finish their high school, of course. Of course, it's like this, that in many cases, also national diplomas are recognized by international universities. So for example, if you do the österreichische Reifeprüfung, the österreichische Matura, then of course you can also apply internationally at other universities. But having the IB Diploma, because it's so standardized, makes life a lot easier, because universities kind of like the IB Diploma because it's of a very high quality. And I think that you're also going to like it. But how is the situation in Austria? Here, there is a next slide here. And I went to the website of the IBO, of the International Baccalaureate Organization, and I found a total of 17 IB diploma schools in Austria. Not all of them are on the map, however. And of those 17 IB diploma schools, 8 of them are public IB diploma schools. This means that they also offer, just like LISA, they also offer the Austrian Matura. And as a matter of fact, the LISA was the first school in Austria which was public and which offered both the Matura and the IB. Yeah, and in May 2021, the exam session, there were a total of 568 IB diploma candidates in Austria alone, and 165,884 worldwide. Yeah, that's quite a large number of students who graduated with the IB diploma. So you see, it's a very popular program. It's a good program. One of the nice things about it is that you can choose, to a certain extent, you can choose the courses that you would like to do. And I would like to give you now an overview over the IB diploma courses. So this here is a pretty important slide as well. You can see in the center, it is the circle. They used to call it a hexagon, but they changed it around. A hexagon because there are 6 subject groups. And I'm going to simply give you an overview right now over these subject groups. And then within those subject groups, you can, to a certain extent, freely, to a certain extent, you're not free in choosing the subjects. And well, you have to understand that the IB likes to give numbers. And the different subject groups are numbered from 1 to 6. And what I've done here in those little boxes, I've written down the group 1, group 2, group 3 as a heading, and these are the different subject groups. And in the IB Diploma program, you have to choose 6 subjects. Okay, and so let's go through those here, and I'll give you some advice here. If you're a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many subjects to choose from, don't be overwhelmed, because I'm going to reduce this for you, because in some cases you don't have a free choice. So actually, it's a little bit easier than it might appear. Okay, so, but let's have a look first. Group 1 is called the studies of language and literature, or the studies of language. And these are the first academic languages. And for students who are doing the österreichische Reifeprüfung, the Matura, they have to choose German A higher level. There is no other possibility here, because this course will prepare both for the IB Diploma and also for the Matura. And students who have English as a first language, they will choose English A higher level. And then there are always, every year, a few students who neither have German nor English as their first academic language, but they have then they will do a so-called a self-taught language, and this is only possible in standard level. So HL and SL, this stands for higher level and standard level. And as I'm going to say later, you have to choose 3 higher levels and 3 standard levels. So you see with the group 1, with group 1 in the IB, you're already limited. You have no choice because this is almost fixed for you. And we, as the school, we have a certain language policy, and we will not allow you to choose a language that is not appropriate for you. And for this reason, there are certain limitations that we have here. And I'm going to jump over now all the way to the left. We continue with group 2, and this is called language acquisition. And this is the first foreign language. And here too, we're a little bit limited already. That's actually a good thing, because for many of you, this is already settled and has been selected. So if you're doing the Austrian Matura, then you will have to choose English B, higher level. That's the regular English course. There's no option here. And if you have English A as a mother tongue in group 1, then over here you're most likely going to choose German B, either standard level or higher level or Ab initio. Ab initio means that you have no German previous experience and you're starting to learn German. Yeah, so this is again a very important thing where we have to look at your German level, and then we're going to help you make a decision, because if your German level is very good and then you say, well, I'm going to choose an easier standard level course, then we're not going to allow that. Because sometimes it's like this, that you can get a lot of IB points this way if you already have a very good level of German. So what we're going to do is we're going to advise you in a certain subject choice here. So you see those 2 subjects are fixed, and now we move on to group number 3. It's called individuals and societies. These are the humanities. Here we have geography, economics, business management, digital societies, psychology, and history. Some of those courses are offered both in standard level and in higher level. Others are only offered in standard level. So you have a more or less a free choice here, but of course you would like to consider a little bit of what your previous experience is in the subject and also what your interests are. So group 4, the sciences. Every student has to choose a science. Here we have chemistry, physics, and biology, both offered in standard level and in higher level. It's pretty straightforward here. Group 5 is math, mathematics, analysis and approaches, it's called. And here everyone who is doing the Matura or the IB has to choose at least standard level. Yeah, so this is also one of those subjects that's a little bit limited. You cannot say, okay, I'm not going to take any math. That's, of course, not possible. And for those of you who are really interested in math, you can, of course, take math higher level as well. 6 is the arts. So here we have music, visual arts, and theater arts are offered in standard level and higher level. And this is the only group that can be changed with something else. So, for example, if you do not want to take music, theater, or visual arts as an IB subject, then you can opt out of this and take, let's say, a third language. For example, if you're interested in, if you're in the Matura program, you have German as a mother tongue, English as a foreign language, and you want to take French or Spanish, then this is, of course, possible here. Or you can take an additional science. So that's the only thing where you can opt out of. Okay. So this has given you now a little bit of an overview. I just wanted to also tell you the following: when you make your subject choice, and that's really important, please also keep some subjects as a second choice. So it can be that for some subjects, not all of them, okay, for some subjects it's not possible that we start it because we don't have enough students to open the course. And in this case, you have to choose a different subject, okay? So this is really important that you're aware of. So in the next slide, I'd like to now step you through the choice of the IB diploma subjects. Now, again, you probably have not decided yet, or you don't know yet maybe which subjects interest you or which don't interest you because you have not informed yourself yet, or you were not yet able to inform yourself. So I'm still going to step you through the process because we want to get some of the subjects already out of the way, and this kind of simplifies it for a little bit for you, okay? So step number 1, you choose your group 1 language. Well, actually, as I already mentioned, you don't have a free choice here, okay? So if you're doing doing the Austrian Reifeprüfung, the Matura, then you have to choose German A higher level. And if you're only doing the IB program, only the IB diploma program, then you're going to choose either English A higher level or a self-taught language. And it's also important here is that for the international students who only do the IB diploma, I lost myself now. You cannot choose English A higher level if your level of English is not good enough. Okay, so here too we're going to check that the language choice is appropriate, and we also have to check whether a self-taught language is offered by the IB. So there are a whole range of things that we have to check first, and we're going to make sure that you're going to be well advised with the choice of language here. So step number 2, you have to choose the group 2 language, the language acquisition. And again, for the Matura students, that is easy because that's English B higher level. It's the regular English course, which also prepares, which is then when you do the IB, the schriftliche Reifeprüfung in English. So that is also kind of fixed here. And for students who are only doing the IB diploma program, here we have the possibility to choose German, and we have 3 possibilities here: the German standard level, German high level, and also there's another one called the German ab initio standard level, which I think I already mentioned is a complete beginner's course in German. And also here we might do a little test or check to determine what the best subject here is. Okay, because we don't want you to choose a German subject that is too difficult or too easy for you. And sometimes students don't know exactly what their level is. We have a lot of experience here, and we're going to advise you concerning the proper choice of languages. So step number 3 is the math. So if you really like math and if you're good in math, then choose math higher level. So you also got this subject then out of the way, which then leaves you only 3 remaining subjects to choose. You see, out of the 6 subjects, we have now narrowed it down to 3 subjects. And then we're going to narrow it down further. Choose first the remaining higher level subject or subjects, because the higher level subjects are those that there's more teaching time involved. And these are the ones that you should like more. So this is the third thing, the next step. That's the 4th step rather. And then once you've got the higher level subjects sorted out, you choose the standard level subjects. So you see, step by step, we're eliminating subject by subject. And once you've completed that, and when you've got your 6 subjects together, I want you to choose alternative options. Okay, so you repeat the steps 3 to 5 again and choose alternative possibilities, because maybe a subject that you want to have maybe does not take place. I have to tell you the following. There are certain subjects that are absolutely guaranteed. Okay, so you don't have to worry about getting into math standard level. That's guaranteed. Okay, don't have to worry about going into, I don't know, an English A high level. It's guaranteed, right? Because we're going to have those courses in any case. However, there are some subjects where we have to see that there's a minimum number of students. Okay, and for this reason, don't be too disappointed if you don't get all of the subjects that you'd like to have. But be aware that there might be some flexibility also needed here. Yeah, because once you've signed up for it, and once we sign this off, and once the program starts, then there is you can be absolutely sure that these subjects will continue until the very end of the IB diploma program. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. But at the beginning, we have to make sure that there are enough students in every course. Okay, so next slide here. And that is the subject. Again, a slide here where you need to choose a certain things here. Some limitations. You need to choose 3 higher level subjects and 3 standard level subjects. That's one thing. You have to choose 1 subject of each group. But group 6 is the only subject where you can opt out of and replace it with another subject. You cannot have 2 standard level subjects of the same group 3 and same group 4. So, for example, you cannot have biology standard level and chemistry standard level because they're both natural sciences and they're both of the same group. But you can have it from different groups. So, for example, physics standard level and psychology standard level. That's, of course, it's possible because one is from group 3, the other one is from group 4. Okay. So this is, that's why I've given some examples here. in many cases is not even a problem because simply by the way that you choose the subjects, these conflicts will not appear. But it could appear, and therefore I have to simply clarify this. You cannot have two higher level subjects of groups 3 and 4 except higher level biology. For example, you cannot have physics high level and history high level, even though they are from different groups. Okay? With a standard level, this was possible, but with higher levels, it's not possible. Okay, there are timetabling issues here, except biology. Okay, so physics high level group 4 and chemistry high level group 4 is not possible. Okay, they're from the same group, but both high levels also not possible. You cannot have geography high level and history high level. Okay, it's also not possible, but you can have chemistry high level and biology high level, because biology we moved out a little bit, okay, so that students have a higher possibility of combining it. And you can have history high level and also biology high level. Yeah, so these are just examples here. So biology is a little bit of an exception, but the other high level subjects, you cannot have two of them. You can have a standard level and a higher level from the same group. So for example, you can have biology high level and chemistry standard level. Both of them are group 4. You can have business management higher level and economics standard level. Both are group 3. That's also possible. Okay. I know it's complicated, but my suggestion is that you choose the subjects first, and then you check it based on this on this checklist here, and then you know whether the combination is possible. The courses still might not take place, some of them, okay? But at least you can know that it's a valid combination. And you can mix standard level and high level from group 2, which are the language acquisition. So for example, English B high level and French B high level, of course, is possible. English B high level and Spanish B standard level, of course, is also possible. And of course, also French B standard level. And yeah, you get the idea, okay? So these are just examples. And of course, not only limited to those here that I have here. Okay. So now what? Okay. Now your head is probably completely full and smoking, and you're pretty overwhelmed. Some of you might be. There's one last recommendation that I have, because sometimes people are getting more stressed than they need to be concerning the subject choice. Some people are kind of worried that if they choose the wrong combination of subjects, that they kind of are not able to get into the university that they want, and the whole future kind of collapses, okay? It is like this, that if you stay in Austria, the combination of subject is complete, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is in Austria, it really doesn't matter. It's not a good idea, in other words, to choose subjects that you don't like, simply for kind of playing it safe, and then later on you change your mind anyway, and you don't want to go to a certain university that you thought that you had to go to now, and then you change your mind, and there are too many uncertainties, and by that time the universities might change their regulations anyway again. So what we've seen so far is the best approach is you may do that what makes sense now. If you're more interested in the sciences, of course you can go more into the sciences. If you're more interested in the arts, then of course please go into the arts. Okay, that is the thing that I recommend. But generally, it is not like this that if you choose a wrong combination and everything's over, so to say. Okay, that's not the case. Yeah. Because universities know that there is a flexibility here, and as a matter of fact, maybe it's also good advice that if you already know or think that you know that you might want to study, I don't know, in natural sciences later on, then why not place a stronger emphasis on the arts now? Okay? Because that's something that you won't be able to do later on as much. Yeah, so this is simply my recommendation here. You're not losing anything. That's a little bit the idea. At the same time, of course, you want to choose what you're interested in. And if you already know that you're probably going to go into the languages later on at university, then of course it kind of makes sense a little bit to probably have a stronger language focus now, because that's what you're interested in, right? But so the interest should be in the center, and not some possible, maybe I'm going to need this for university or not, and so on. Yeah. If you already have an idea that you want to study in a certain place because you want to go back to your home country maybe, and you already have an idea at which university, then please go ahead, and please definitely do inform yourself in advance what the universities require, and what the subjects combinations, what they require. Please, definitely you should do that. But if you don't know, then there is no point in choosing subjects that you don't like just to kind of play it safe. It's pointless. Okay, in my view, because you're going to change your mind a lot. Yeah. So this is simply some general recommendations that I have. More videos will most likely follow. But for right now, I'm just going to say all the best. Let the material settle down a little bit in your brain and in your mind. Give it some time to digest it. If you have, of course, questions, please do contact me. Please also do have a look at the so-called the IB subject briefs, which is a summary of the different subjects, IB subjects that we offer, because then maybe it's easier for you to also ask specific questions to teachers and students, which you might have. Okay, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.